Good evening. We begin with incredible breaking news, and a bushwalker missing in Kosciuszko National Park for nearly 2 weeks has just been found alive.
It was one of the nation's biggest and longest searches in recent history, but in the end, the missing hiker Hadi Nazari was found by a group of fellow bushwalkers.
A young hiker who went missing in the New South Wales Kosciuszko National Park for 13 days has spoken for the first time. Nine reporter Claudia Vidoljak has the details.
Quite a miracle story this week. A 23-year-old hiker who was lost for 13 days in rugged New South Wales bushland. He survived on foraged berries, creek water and 2 muesli bars he found in a hut.
Story, the first good news story of 2025.
Look forward to reading more about the story, perhaps seeing the movie, the documentary.
Well, g'day guys, it's me again on the old YouTubes, the old Wild at Dart. We're off on another adventure, our yearly adventure. Only upload once a year. And with my mate James, my uncle Kerry, and my cousin Jess. They are. And we're off to the old Kosciuszko Summit Trail. So let's go. As we started off the hike, we had no idea of the adventure that was coming. This hike had been months in the planning. So let me take you back to how it all started. After you sent me the Instagram pictures of this hike and we were looking at doing the Kosciuszko Summit walk, my nan actually came down to me and said, "Oh Josh, have you heard about this missing hiker in the national park?" And I hadn't heard about it yet, and she told me about it, and she was like, "Oh, you know, this is pretty dangerous. Like, are you sure you want to go and do this hike in the national park?" And I mean, I was sure that I still wanted to do it, but she was a little bit concerned about me, which was interesting. We didn't quite get it there as early as maybe we were thinking.
I held everyone up, and because I held everyone up, we were cross paths with Hadi, so it was meant to be that I was running late.
The initial start where you go downhill, even then we were saying to each other, yeah, imagine if we found him on the hike.
Yeah, well, I was waiting in line to buy the pass to just have, like, the poster on the wall caught my eye, really, because it was, I mean, I knew that he was missing, but it was a big, long, like, notice post. Like, I was looking at his face and just thinking to myself, like, I wonder where he is out there.
So we just stopped for a little snack break. It's 1:10. So we're going to push on a bit further and then we'll stop for a proper lunch. We're only an hour in. That's alright. Just loving it. Having a lovely little spot here. Going into the hike, what did you think of the national park?
I mean, it's beautiful, but I did start to get quite concerned when I saw how hilly it was.
I was getting a bit worried too. Like, it was a hard trek, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was beautiful. It was very rugged, and it felt nice to be in a completely different scenery to what I usually see living here in Sydney as well.
So we're getting up to Blue Lake. Almost there. I got a heck of a hill to climb. Probably see my shaky camera work indicating I'm absolutely out of breath here. There's Uncle Kerry beating me as usual, and James already made it to the top.
I was like, oh good, another opportunity to take my backpack off.
Yeah, we were any opportunity.
And it was a really nice view.
Any opportunity to take our backpack off, and just to get a nice view was awesome. Yeah. That's it, James just showing off now, doing some running. You know that you can walk it? So this is a really interesting moment. We'd just been at the Blue Lake and we'd been hiking up towards a peak. James, our friend, he was just a machine, and he was powering on ahead of us straight up the track, the main range track, and we're getting to this spot and we can see James has found that there's a beautiful view to look at, and he's standing there. Bit of an opening.
Flat spot. Well, I was just excited for another chance to take my backpack off, in all honesty. Wasn't that excited about the view.
Yeah.
It's all beautiful, but
yeah,
I was like, yes.
Me too, just to get the weight off our shoulders and just
So I dumped my backpack on the ground and then I found James.
We start taking some pictures. Tell me a bit about what happened then.
We kind of just like heard yelling, and then James was like the first one to probably hear it.
James could see. I think we saw it too. We just saw this little black speck on this sort of ridge line that was below us.
Could barely even make out that it was a person. Really, it was just like a little moving dot. What's that?
Yeah, and we're like, this is where the shouting's coming from. Then as we're listening, we think we can hear this person saying, I need help, was it? I think I need help.
Or stay there.
That's right. They were like, stay there, don't leave me.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is, we better check out who this is, and we better go see what's going on. So we started, climbing down the hill.
Yeah.
It's a pretty steep hill, and but we'd taken our backpacks off. I'd grabbed my, I had my phone on me, but I also just grabbed my satellite communicator in case I needed it. I was like, what do I need here? Because I don't want to just go down the hill with nothing. And I start sliding down the hill, and it's pretty steep. Anyway, we're getting closer and closer, and then what was he saying then?
That's what he said, saying things like, I haven't had anything to eat in a week, or in 7 days, whatever he said.
Yeah, we got close enough.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like strange. And then James, I remember, was like, no, it can't be. And then I was like, what's your name? And then he said, Hadi. No way. I mean, by that point as well, I could kind of start to see his face. I mean, I have bad eyesight, so but I was very blurry, but I was like, it looks kind of like him.
Well, we're getting close enough that we could hear him better, and we could hear him saying, he said to us, I haven't eaten in how many days did he say?
I think he said 7 days.
7 days, 7 or 8 days. And as we got close enough, I was like trying to remember what his the missing hiker's face looked like, and we asked him what his name was, and then he said, what day is it? And eventually we were close enough. It's a strange question to ask. And then finally we were close enough, and he met with us. It was sort of it took him a little while, but he met with us. And then we sat down on the hill there.
And I was like, did you go missing on Boxing Day? He's like, that's me. I was like, you've been all over the news, right? And he's like, I thought I might be. And then he said, I've been out here for 8 days. And then I said, it's not 8 days, Hadi. Look, it's the 8th of January. Like, I started crying, and at the same time that he did, and I just put my arms around him and just like hugged, and then I was like, you're amazing, like you're safe now.
So I was on 000, and giving them our location.
I kind of shuffled him up, and you were saying all those weird words that I didn't know.
Well, I was using this what three words. I was using an app called What 3 Words, which is a way to give you location, which worked really, really well.
I would not have known how to do that if Josh wasn't there, so I'm really glad.
And then
we're between this tree.
I'm between the tree. I'm on the rock, just crying. Just come and find me. But then all this was happening. We actually had it wasn't just us. There was also some other hikers around, and they had come
They
down.
kind of caught on to what was happening really, and then people started making their way down to us. It happened quite quickly
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I was quite focused on making sure that he was okay, and then next thing I know, I turned around, there was all these extra people there, which is great, but
Yeah, so
I
we
don't,
had all
really,
these
I
other
don't
hikers.
remember like how everyone got
No,
there.
it was really nice because we had all these other hikers come down to
Yeah.
come and help, and one of them I think offered their phone so he could call his family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
like
I would
that
have
was
done
awesome.
if I wasn't on vote of fail.
If you went on Vodafone, you would have been a great help there.
Yeah. He was the most of the call was not in English, but there was a moment in the beginning where he said, "It's Hadi. I'm found. I'm safe." And like I
Wow.
understood that he was saying something along those lines to his family, and then his mum almost sounded like she couldn't believe it on the other end of the phone. Like he needed to repeat himself again. And then
Yeah.
when the news sunk in, you could just hear this like screaming, erupting, this like cheering rather than screaming, like just everyone crying and yelling and clapping and
Yeah, I remember
so overjoyed.
Yeah, I remember kind of. I mean, I was busy with the 000 call, but I could also, sort of heard that going on, and
Yeah.
I was definitely getting emotional just thinking of how long they must have,
I mean,
missed him for.
it was emotional as well because he mentioned that something that had been pressing on his mind the whole time he was missing was the fact that he knew his mum would be at home worrying about him. So he was worried about his mum and the impact it was having on her that he was gone.
Yeah,
And like that was the first thing really he thought about
Yeah.
before anything else. Like
it was like his
that I
first
just wanted to
thing he
call
just
his-
wanted to tell her,
his mum, yeah.
So there was a fire. You said there was when they said on the news, there was a camera and a fire that you left behind.
A camera and
Walking.
my backpack.
Yeah.
Your backpack?
That you left
Yeah.
I don't think I heard them say they found your backpack,
Yeah,
so maybe they haven't
but they
found
did
it.
find my
the camera.
camera.
They found your camera.
Walking,
Did you leave
the
any
broken
clues
one.
on? Like, had you taken pictures on the camera that
Yeah,
helped? Or
I was going westways. I was going everywhere, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden I was like, I found the, what do you call that? LNC Creek, and I got up to the Opera House hut.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is
Yeah.
where this creek leads to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they were
right.
in. I saw the notes and everything. Thanks to everybody who left notes and everything, and they were like, if you go through the LNC, you will get to.
Yeah.
What do you call that? To the
Main range.
main range. Yeah.
That's why it's just there. That's where we were all standing at the main range track.
Yeah.
But you nearly
nearly.
Where
I
did
can-
you sleep last night? Was it
Yeah.
at your house or?
At the hut.
I was just sleeping right in the middle of creek.
Yeah.
Must have been freezing.
Oh God.
I'm just so glad you're in.
You
a
know,
spot
my
I could spot
my
you.
feet was all sweaty. My feet
Yeah.
was like all damp,
Yes.
and there was like
Yeah,
you
your
know
hands.
winds blowing, and
Yeah.
I was like freezing. Honest to God, I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep. I couldn't sleep even an eye.
Yeah.
I just had like two proper nights sleep down at Opera House, and that was like
So what's the Opera House? Is that a
it's a hut.
hut? Oh, okay.
There was no one there.
But it's the most
Nah.
remote one you can get to. It's a hut.
Somebody luckily left me 2 muesli bars.
Oh, that's
So
good.
12 days I had those 2 muesli bars, and
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think we got.
You want some more food?
Amazing.
He's struggling now.
Probably.
Get you some more food. You can quick.
Do you want some quick chocolate?
no, I've got.
Get some?
Oh yeah.
Something?
Oh yeah.
We can
Gonna have some chocolate.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. I can't thank you guys enough.
I can appreciate why you weren't coming up the hill too quickly.
Do you want to know if you guys had actually got to him first?
Well, tell me a bit about what he looked like to you, because he looked like he did look pretty. He was moving, and he was
Well, that was
he
my
was able
my
to go
first
up the hill.
instinct was to like kind of check out medically if he was okay.
Yeah.
And I was stunned by how okay he actually was. I mean, he was a bit scratched up, like his hands. There was basically purple, to be honest, because they're so sunburnt from his sleeve, and then like scratches and grazes everywhere. You could tell he'd been
he's
bush bashing.
Seeing his hands and his arms, he had cuts and scratches and quite serious ones, and they were just so sunburnt.
Yeah.
And his face and nose looked pretty sunburnt.
Yeah.
And he had pretty good clothing. He had long sleeves. He had that kind of bandana on his head or on his neck.
Yeah.
He had the gaiters on his ankles and long pants.
It would have made a big difference, all of those.
Yeah. I think he had some good hiking clothes, but how could you nothing could prepare you for that kind of time. And he was actually in a really positive mindset. He seemed like he had a little bit of a joke with us, and I think that was would have gone a long way in helping him survive, just being positive. Yeah.
Yeah. He was very positive. He didn't, he didn't complain about
not as much as other people. Yeah. And he was thankful. He was just so thankful, which is, of course, so relieved and so thankful. Yeah. Yeah.
We went to the Hen and Spur.
Yep.
We had like all sort of stuff, fish, tomatoes, like minced meat, worth like, heavy as 1.5 kilo.
Wow.
Fish 3 kilos.
That wasn't,
Tomatoes 1.5 kilos each. 1 kilo.
Yeah.
So 3 mates, we had every luxury like food wise. And on top of that, the tripod and camera and everything else. We camped the first night at Moria's Flat.
Yep.
And then we got up to what's his name? Seaman.
Yep.
Seaman's.
Hut.
Oh, thank you so much.
Or if you don't want to, that's okay. I just thought you might appreciate a bit of shade there.
Seaman's Hut.
Yep.
The next night we camped at Seaman's Hut, and then we did the main range loop. We hiked down back to Moria's Flat.
Yep.
And the last day, it was just like 6 kilometers, right? 6.5 kilometers. Yeah. 2 hours of trekking down, and then you're just gonna get to the car park, right?
So and that's going down the Hen and Spur or different?
Down the Hen and Spur.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So it was probably like 2 kilometers away. I lost the tracking marks. And I was like, well, that would be fine. You're just going to go down the creek, and then you're just going to turn left, and then you're just going to climb up the hill. You will get to the Gihi River, and then you'll get to the Gihi's Flat.
Yeah.
That's all about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
For
some unknown reason.
Unbelievable.
Just for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
I just lost track of everything.
Yeah. It can happen so easily because everything can suddenly look the same, and it's so easy to happen.
I'm baffled. Like,
and then it's so.
How did it even happen?
Yeah.
How did it even happen?
Yeah.
I didn't have my phone. Like my phone was totally out of charge.
Yeah.
I couldn't look through the old trails, whatever. I didn't have any map or compass on me.
Yeah.
Which is compulsory, And then on it went.
And then it was you just trying to survive after that, I think.
Yeah, I was just lost.
Yeah. So you found water to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I knew like if I go uphill like one cliff, if I get down, I'll get to a creek, and that's where the water would be.
Yeah.
So that's how I was just keep getting on water, like.
Yeah, that's very smart.
So
saved you.
Water.
Yeah.
12 days just water and 2 muesli bars.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And for a skinny guy like me,
to still be in such good physical condition, not injure
skinny guy like me.
Not a lot of stores there.
Yeah.
You're amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
Skinnier now.
Yeah.
I've probably lost like 2 or 3 kilos.
Yeah.
I mean, you can survive 12 days on 2 or 3 kilos of fat. So that's That's a good.
As long as you have water. You were running up to
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
yeah. Because I think if you're burning fat, you probably need more water to burn them down.
I'm
Yeah.
impressed what a good mood you're in.
Yes.
I've been
I'm
real
impressed
shitty
too.
the
It's all-
past
it's all-
few days.
You're going to
Thanks-
see adrenaline
It's all
and
thank to God.
yeah, it is.
It's all thank to God.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it by myself.
yeah.
I'm nothing. I'm just flashy and you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You've probably seen some beautiful sunrises and sunsets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was keeping me alive, to be honest.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen any
You know-
fireworks on New Year's Eve though.
I'm so glad I was away for the New Year's. You know, even when I was lost.
Well, you don't like New Year's?
Nah, the fireworks and the celebrations and
Yeah.
everything. Everybody cheering up for
Yes. Who wants that?
something absolutely trivial, you know.
So you're glad you were missing on New Year's Eve?
Well, that's good.
Boy to avoid friends on New Year's.
Yeah, that's very well planned. That.
Perfect introverted plan.
Yes.
I don't have to be social on New Year's Eve. Perfect. Oh, you're so amazing.
Did you see any wildlife?
Except for snakes and lyrebirds. And
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Wow, I saw two of them. They were trying to do their ritual for mating. It was so amazing. Like
Yeah.
looking down at two of them and just
That's pretty
They were
hard.
just
Special
all-
to see. Yeah.
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 It's like I'm thinking about how hungry I am. I've got to find my way, and then at the same time you're looking at this phenomenon. You know, it's like
You must be past the point of feeling the hunger though. You
I'm
just
just shocked how
yeah.
I was honestly.
Yeah.
I was honestly, these are like they've pretty much healed up.
Okay.
Everything has healed up, you know. It's just like markings. But
Got,
Yeah.
yeah.
Scratches.
yeah, this one they were pretty bad, to be honest. These are probably all fly stings, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
They're
night
fly
flies everywhere.
stings.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stick up to you, and then I was like,
I know, they're nasty little things. aren't
Yeah. Lucky you had a long sleeve shirt though and
they?
a
Yeah.
long pants. That's
I
So
lost
when you
my
ditched
every bit of gear.
When
You
you
know,
ditched your backpack, you don't have a jumper or anything. You just have this.
I did. I left my everything. Like, look how stupid I am.
no, you're not
Not
stupid.
You're not stupid.
Honestly,
You
no,
survived.
you
I left
survived.
my-
You survived 13
That was all
days.
God's blessing, you know.
You're definitely
My
not
stupidity is just off the roof. Like, I left my jacket in the backpack. I left my rain jacket in the backpack. Thanks to God, I didn't have any rain.
Yeah.
The day that it rained, I was in the what do you call that?
The hut.
I was in the hut.
Yep.
I
Wow.
was in the hut the day it rained.
Yeah. Wow.
Like,
That's lucky.
That
I can't be more thankful, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, they've found most of your stuff, I think, so you get it all back.
Oh,
Yeah.
You found your backpack. I don't think
Yeah.
you did.
I think I
Take them back to
can find
I
it by
literally
myself.
was looking. I was buying the National Parks pass this morning,
Yeah.
looking at your photo on a poster
Wow.
in
Yeah.
the National Parks office.
Yeah.
And I said, imagine if we found him on the walk.
Wow.
Literally, like, wouldn't that?
Wow.
And
That's literally what I said to you guys this morning.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And then,
You guys are a blessing.
No, you're honestly. This is.
and you made me stop and appreciate the view, which is good.
You're giving me a break from wearing that bloody backpack.
Yeah.
Y'all again, man.
I'm ready to go home now.
I'm glad I got my camera. I didn't even think about taking my memory card out of my camera in case I left it behind and I survived and it's. But I mean, it's been
How can you
found.
make good decisions?
You know?
time?
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
worry about your camera. Yeah.
I think I would have literally just sat on a rock and cried. I don't think I would have done anything. I don't think I would have known how to fight
Yeah, and you
water.
wouldn't have. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the water comes from the sky, so I'll just look up and with
Yeah,
the mouth.
Yeah.
Like, you're so
Yeah.
cool. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna walk over there. I know there'll be a creek. I
Yeah.
would have just been like
Yeah.
crying, being like, someone come rescue me.
I was just honest to God, for 12 days.
I was going to say,
I've
there's
been-
a headline about you now, but not that you've been found. Did you want to read it?
Nah.
No, you don't want to know.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want
wouldn't be
to talk
helpful.
to any news reporters, anybody.
No. You probably just want to go home.
Yeah, I just want to go home. And
Yeah.
You'll make sure they've told you
For 12 days, I've just been trekking. For 12 days, relentless, like from morning to night.
Mm.
You know, I've just been walking
must be
and
just so
walking
exhausted.
and walking and walking.
Yeah.
Because like, aren't they looking for? They'd be looking for you on the other side. Isn't that where your track is?
And
It's the other side
it
of the
must
park.
be that you've ended up in an area that's kind of not where they like would expect to find you.
Yeah.
But not to cross the main track where all the people are.
Yeah.
To somehow kind of.
Well, Hanold Spur is on that side.
Oh, it's on this side.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the walk is quite. It's good, like it's a spectacular walk, but it's on this side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But this is a bit further north. You're a few valleys north of Hanold Spur.
And I'm the worst
If you
person
follow
with
this creek
directions.
all the way, you get to G-High River eventually. but
Whereabouts?
this creek-
I can hear a helicopter.
If you
Helicopter.
follow
Oh,
this
they're coming.
creek,
Really?
It
Yeah.
eventually ends up at G-High Dam.
Oh, yeah, I know. I went through the tunnel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got to the Jihi
Yeah.
Dam.
Yeah. And then there's a fire trail.
Oh, yeah, I
that
can
goes
see it,
down
yeah.
to the main road.
Give a little wave.
I didn't, yeah.
No,
Oh, there
no,
it is.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Oh, there.
This is
Just
here
just
up
moving
There
here.
it is.
Through the horizon?
I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah,
any
yeah,
helicopters, to be honest.
Well, you do want to get out there. I'm sorry about that.
It's quite a long way
I think it'd be pretty fun.
Enjoy the ride.
I entered my.
You get a free helicopter tour of Kosciuszko National Park. These guys are
Yeah,
$1,000.
that's heaps. I injured my foot in the bush, and I was kicking myself that I didn't get a helicopter out. They were able to get an ambulance in. I was so annoyed. I wanted a helicopter. Two now.
That one just took off.
Yeah,
Wow.
finally. But thank you anyway.
Hadi, do you mind if I have a photo?
Yeah.
Josh, smile.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
Should we just stay here?
Thanks for the food. Thanks for the muesli bars.
Alright.
No worries.
Thanks for the water. Thanks for the cap.
It's alright. Just sit down, man.
Guys,
Yeah.
They're going to come and get you, right?
angels.
Yeah, they'll come down to here.
Thank you, everybody.
Just keep sitting down. They'll come to here. We don't need to get up to them.
No, they'll come down.
Has the relief of being found.
Yeah, go. Yeah, give me. Just sit down.
Sit down, sit down.
Sit down. I think the adrenaline's getting to you.
It's just my, the bottom of my feet.
Yeah.
Like the skin has been totally ripped off.
Yeah, it would be.
So when I'm walking down, it's just the pain. I eventually get used to it.
Yeah.
But then, if I sit and rest, it just comes back, and I can't walk like properly for 200 or 300 meters. Oh, that's chocolate, yeah.
What is that?
I reckon that helicopter landed right where we were about to stand.
Yeah, I've been seeing this red helicopter.
Really? You've seen it? Yeah.
I've seen it so many times,
Yeah.
multiple times.
It must be so
I've
tantalising.
been waving at it. I've been
Yeah.
doing everything that I could.
You're right.
Yeah.
Too camouflaged.
Yeah.
I tried to put a fire. I tried to do everything.
Yeah. Well, whatever you've done the right thing to be found.
But still, I was like, they can't find me, so I've got to find my way back myself.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
They just take off now and go.
Yeah. Go away. I'm so hopeless of the helicopters that I'm literally thinking that it's just gonna go back, Yeah. Every instant, like every.
They see.
Well, actually.
Sure, they can't miss you. Yeah.
What was your name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Ty.
Ty?
Yeah, just Ty.
Steph.
Thomas.
James. Eamon.
And to be fair,
Thank
James,
you, everybody.
James
Yeah,
was the
James-
first to spot you.
He was the first to spot.
James.
It was
Come on,
only
James.
because he's a quicker hiker than me.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. And what a day. to be found. Yeah, good weather. Yeah. Like we'd help him up the hill, and then the police rescue person was like, you want to stay away from the helicopter.
Yeah.
Don't go near the helicopter.
Don't want to get your head chopped off.
Don't want to get your head chopped off.
Fair enough.
So we sort of.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but I was thinking, maybe we could get a ride out of here. Maybe we can.
The thought did cross my mind. I was like, does anyone need to accompany him?
Does anyone need to accompany?
I'm a registered nurse. I can come.
Well, I mean, we were just, we were already ready to pull up camp for the night, weren't we, at that point? Because the whole thing was really emotionally, draining and exhausting. As we watched the helicopter fly away, we were, I was still in shock, and what were you thinking then?
I mean, I was just buzzing. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. To us, really.
Yeah, I saw you chatting with more of the other hikers. Yeah. Did you sort of? What were they saying?
Oh, like a few people stopped and just were asking about what had happened, and they couldn't believe it, and just thinking about like what he had endured in comparison to like what we were doing, and made it seem a bit less.
Oh, totally.
A big deal. Like, okay, we're just going to hike a little bit further with all our gear. We've got stuff to keep us warm. We've got food. We've got water.
Yeah, it certainly made me, appreciate what I had.
At which point I announced I would no longer complain.
going well.
The
We're
rescue
booking time.
one.
It's 5 o'clock. We're going to find a captain. So look at the beautiful, look at this nature emergency.
But why were we delayed, Josh?
Well, we found a missing hiker that had been missing for, was it 12 days?
13.
13
Didn't
days.
count today.
Wow, he must be tough. So I did help, but that's fair enough. So that was pretty exciting. So yeah, it's pretty special.
I think I would have sat on a rock and cried after 2 days.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
less.
Good work, Jess. It's almost over for today. Almost over. We got to camp that night, just still exhausted, tired, even though we'd started the hike late.
Yeah.
And all that had happened with finding him.
We still got there before dark.
We still got there before dark.
Yeah.
We got to set up our tents and start making dinner in the light, which was great. It was pretty exciting. I thought I'll make a Facebook post and share that we've found him. And I think that night, I started having all these like Instagram messages from reporters, which was such a weird experience.
When does all these random people find you?
All these random people wanting to contact me. I was freezing. Were you freezing in your tent?
I was so cold.
I'm
wearing so many layers. I was like, how is it possible that I'm still cold with this many layers?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind was busy. It was cold. It wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And then I was thinking about like the day. I was still like
me too. Like
coming
I was
down from the high.
Yeah, I was reliving the whole like experience over and over, thinking like, this is just crazy. This is just so crazy.
I can't believe this just happened.
And I couldn't get to sleep, just buzzing, thinking about it. And then the morning when we got up and I checked my phone.
I hadn't even had my coffee yet, and Josh is announcing we had a Zoom interview, and I was like, we're in the bush. How are we gonna have a Zoom
I'd already
interview?
organised a Zoom interview for a TV station.
We had an 8 a.m. appointment, a 9 a.m. appointment.
Yeah, we had all these appointments already. So I think I had maybe 1 bar or 2 bars of 4G or something. And so I'm there with my phone, like trying to get reception and trying to get the perfect spot, but walking around trying to find the right spot to. Anyway, we had to go, but it didn't work out. So we didn't end up doing a Zoom. We tried another tactic. We, I went, okay, maybe we could film,
like pre-record,
or film it ourselves to send them and just send video through of us. So we roped in Uncle Kerry to be our camera person, and then. What did you think of that, Jess? Was that? I mean, it was a bit early, wasn't it?
I'm not a morning person at the best of times, and the first announcement of the day was that I had to speak to a camera, which I don't like at the best of times.
It was a
it
bit
doesn't
rough.
flow as easily when you're talking.
No, but, I mean, we'd had no sleep and we were definitely exhausted, but you know, we wanted to capture a little bit of how we were at the time and what had happened. So we gave it a go and we tried to send a bit through.
Well, we just decided to carry on with the hike, but Josh pretty much spent the whole day on the phone.
I did. So then the next day,
he's like, I need a PA. I'm overwhelmed. One day, I need a PA.
Yes. Well, I did spend a fair bit of time, doing some phone interviews to radio stations and.
It's like, which time was this one?
I was like, what time? It was busy. Enjoying some pancakes and strawberries this morning. James is going well with the pack up. And we'll head off soon. We've had lots of interest from the media today, which is pretty random, but fun. We'll see how we go. Yeah, so after our morning of trying to record our clips then, we're like, well, we do still have some hiking to do. So
a lot
of hiking to do. Actually, James and I, we were ready to go. So we
checked out.
We headed off a little bit earlier with the plan to make it to the Rawson Pass toilets before we go up to Kosciuszko. And then, how'd you go in the meantime?
I mean, we left shortly after you, but we got distracted along the way because, hikers actually were stopping and making conversation about it.
Oh, really?
We had a couple of conversations with some random people we passed by, and then also we ran into this ranger and he was sharing how he was in the command centre, where they'd set up for the search and rescue. The moment they found out that he was found, and he said that they all just let out a cheer and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was such a cool moment.
Poor James had forgotten to start his watch, his Garmin I think it is. So when he forgets, he likes to backtrack and make sure he covers all the mileage so he can walk it again. Not for me, but whatever. We met each other again, we made it up to Mount Kosciuszko, and you know what's funny is I thought Mount Kosciuszko would be the most exciting moment of the hike, and I mean it was good.
It was alright.
It was alright. I'd seen better.
It was very crowded.
It was actually very crowded, wasn't it? There was a lot of people at the top of Mount Kosci. Yeah. It was a popular place.
A queue to have a photo.
Yeah, there was a queue to have a photo, and I mean, it didn't feel quite as, I don't know, as special or something, but we still enjoyed seeing the view and it was and getting that photo at the top. It was really nice and a really good accomplishment. You got someone contacting you?
I finally got reception up there to have my phone on. I've got the Today Show.
Wow, hey Jess, must be nice. Very cool. Now at that point I had the good decision to go and add a few more kilometres to the trek by going towards Threadbow to the chairlift.
Yeah.
But thankfully you guys had to meet my parents that were there. So I started to walk from Rawson's Pass towards the chairlift, and then I got a little of the way I went, no, this is silly, and turned back. In the meantime, you guys had got the head start.
When you don't really know how far you're walking, it almost doesn't feel as far. Every kilometre they had a sign to tell you, 8, 7, 6.
7 to go.
And I was like, I had no idea how long. I was counting my steps, and I was thinking, I didn't think a kilometre was this long.
Well, eventually I caught up.
I feel like much better hikers than us are probably going to watch this and think, pathetic.
Pathetic.
It's a beautiful part of the world.
Yeah, it was just so special to be there and in summertime and see it the way we did on foot.
Particularly because I spend most of my time in a dense city environment, just being out in the fresh air and so much nature around. It was very calming.
There's where we started. Massive hill we climbed up. we're about to finish. Almost there.
I was proud of myself for finishing it, and then I felt pretty feral at that point, and then I was like, oh no, the ABC is waiting. But they were really nice. They were it was actually enjoyable doing that interview. But yeah, there was literally
after all that, we actually had an ABC crew waiting to film us at the end of the track, and you know we got there somehow just one step at a time, and sort of just sat down and these beautiful crew, they'd been waiting for us, and they had water for us.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I mean it was so fun, but we drove back. I got back at midnight.
Wow! So you'd driven all the way back to Sydney?
Yeah, which
that
was
night.
A long drive, and then I already had like a big day at work that I was rushing back for anyway.
Yeah.
A 12-hour day at work, and then I squeezed in before that day going to the Channel 9 studio to do the Today Show.
Wow.
They invited me on, which was pretty cool.
A few days later, we even had another news crew come and film us, the three of us, and telling the story again, which was so cool. Like, we got to we
did some cool shots, like
cool shots of us,
chatting and
reminiscing. And here we are reminiscing again. But yeah, it's been such a cool experience and just a wild ride to be on the end of a big news story like this and get all this attention from all the reporters and media.
Did you hear his sister on the news called us angels, which is so sweet?
So sweet. I did see that. I think God was looking after Hadi there, and we just happened to be there.
Yeah. So apart from finding Hadi, what do you reckon was the best part of the hike?
The best part of the hike would have to be probably getting to the top of Mount Kosciuszko. I think that was something that I hadn't done, and I was really looking forward to doing. No.
Until it was time to sleep, I really enjoyed the campsite, like just setting up camp in such a remote spot. I haven't done a lot of camping where there's not been any facilities at all, so it felt like proper camping.
Yeah,
it felt really badass.
It felt like we were just we really were
fetching my water from the creek.
We're remote. We're in the middle of nowhere. And thankfully we get some water, and it was, we had this amazing sunset, and we could see this river down from us, and we were in a really cool spot.
I did enjoy the physical challenge, to be honest, of the hike as well. Even
really?
though, no, I know it sounds like I didn't. I'm complaining a lot, kind of in a bit of a joking way, because it was hard. And I did struggle, but I enjoyed seeing what my body was capable of doing and not capable of, because it motivated me to train the things that I need to get stronger with.
It's certainly,
do it again next time.
It certainly is an amazing achievement, and we should. I'm pretty proud of us all for just getting to the end of it. It was really tough. Really tough. The whole experience was crazy, but I mean, there was so many rescuers and emergency services. We just happened to be part of this, and
they did the hardest part really, which was
they had such a hard job to be searching that area for him. I'm just Hadi and his family, we heard him say some beautiful comments, and we're just so thankful that he's safe. We're just happy that he's safe and he's alive.
It's a privilege really to have a small part to play, but really at the end of the day we're just in the right place at the right time, I guess.
Well, it's been great to sort of share with you guys a bit about the story and a bit about our experience. I just want to say to you that Hadi's the real hero. It's his story. We just happened to be there. If we had got there half an hour earlier or later, it could have been someone else that found him, and it was ultimately his 13 days of surviving in the Kosciuszko wilderness that resulted in him being found. I hope you enjoyed seeing a bit more about this story. Please give the video a like and feel free to subscribe. I can't always promise that it'll be this exciting and that we'll find someone every time, but you never know. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure. So Jess, I've just got one more question for you.
Okay.
When's our next hike?
I think that the reason why it took us a year to do another hike is because I needed a year to forget about how difficult it is.